Greetings, Indiana congregations. My name is Matt Burke. I'm the Education Director for the Center for Congregations. And with me today is Joy Skjegstad. How are you doing, Joy?
Good.
Good. Glad to have you here. Joy's going to be presenting an event for us called Congregations and Community Engagement, Finding the Right Fit. And that's going to be Thursday, April 14th in Batesville, Indiana, which is in the southeast part of Indiana. Joy is a national speaker and consultant in nonprofit management and ministry development, and the founder of the Institute for Ministry Leaders. She's also the author of 3 books, 7 Creative Models for Community Ministry, which will be a giveaway book for this event, also Starting a Nonprofit at Your Church, and Winning Grants to Strengthen Your Ministry. So she's well-versed on the topic at hand. So Joy, I think one thing that people are interested in or potentially would be helpful for them is, why is it important to have an understanding of these different models of community ministry?
Well, I wrote the book, Matt, because I think churches need to understand that they have options. So there isn't just one right way to do community ministry. There are many ways. And I think you need to look at what's a good fit for your church. So I've broken churches into 3 different types of churches when looking at the models. One would be a church that's more interested in partnership. So they would be congregations that are always looking out into the community and finding new ways to join hands with what's always going on there. So the first 3 models that are related to that would be donating money or goods, mobilizing volunteers, and then developing partnerships. And that could be a very successful way to do community ministry. The middle 2 models that I talk about are more related to advocacy. So I describe an advocate congregation, so that being one that's more interested in root causes, organizing. So those are public policy advocacy and community organizing. So some churches are really motivated by that, and so that might be a good fit for your congregation. And then for more entrepreneurial congregations that are really all about creating something new, kind of going where no church in their area has gone before, would be starting a nonprofit and also starting a program that's really homegrown and hatched by your church and managed by your church. So you look at sort of, what's the profile for your congregation and which model would fit your church. I also think it's important to think about all 7 because, what's going to make the most impact on your community. So if you look around your community, you see there already are a lot of nonprofits and churches working, for example. Maybe it's your role to come alongside and provide some volunteers or provide some funding, or if there's a lot of community organizing going on and you're interested in that model, maybe you're mobilizing people to be trained and to actually be part of the organizing effort. So that's an example. So yeah, I really wanted congregations to know that there are some options for them and to make some strategic choices based on their community, on their congregation.
Sure. Yeah. So it sounds like, not only does every congregation have its unique DNA, but also the place where they're situated in terms of their community. And so an understanding of these 7 models will help a congregation understand kind of where to move in terms of who they are and where they're located.
Right. And I really take it down to specifics. So my workshops are always very practical. You would leave with some really specific step-by-step about what you could do next. Mm-hmm. I think most congregations are filled with people of goodwill. They want to do something good in the community, but the question is always, well, what do we do now? We know we're excited about serving our community, connecting with our community, but what does that mean for us? So.
Sure. Yeah, makes sense. All right. Well, thanks, Joy. And once again, this event's going to be on Thursday, April 14th in Batesville, Indiana. And it's going to be from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And Joy will be sharing these 7 models and then talking about practical next steps for you and your congregation to be able to see where you want to go in terms of community ministry. So thanks so much for your time today, Joy.
Thanks.